to our web design course. Now in this lesson we're going to talk about HTML attributes. Now in the introductory lesson I told you about the markup features of the HTML. Now these attributes give the tags extra hand or extra features to perform other functions. So in our just ended lesson we talked about the input tag having other attributes such as the type. Alright, so we talk about the input and then we added the type of input to it. The type of input we added is an attribute that gives the tag a different feature or an additional feature. So when we have input like this, there are other attributes we can add, such as the type of input that we want. And I told you that we have different types of input, so let's take advantage of this to learn the different types of input. Now you can see that once I add the input type, I get a list of some functions that appear. So we can have an input type for button, we have checkbox, we have color, date, time, local, email, file, heading, image, etc. So let's take them one after the other and see how they behave. So when we select the input type button, remember we already have a button tag, alright, and we also have the input type of a button. Now when we go and look at how it appears, let's see. Okay, so this is how an input type button appears. Now you can see that it doesn't show anything. Alright, now a tag can have multiple attributes. So in this input type button, we can have a value attribute, and the value is going to hold the text that should appear in that button. So we can have maybe sign up. Alright, when we go there you can see sign up in it. So this is the attribute that we are adding to our tags. First we can have the type of an input and then the value. The attribute depends on the tag. Alright, so for instance, if you have maybe an input type for maybe search, okay, for search button, we cannot apply value to it. Maybe no value, there should be something that should display. These things, they are not values, we call them placeholders. So there are placeholder attribute as well, so we can say search items here. Alright, and when we go there we can see that they are displayed right here. So whatever item we want to search, we can search for it. So we also have an input for check. Okay, let's start input type for radio, and then input type checkbox. Okay, and then we should have a checkbox right here. We can check in it. In checkbox we also have radio, input type radio. Good. We have input type radio like this. We have input type for file, for selecting files, pictures and other things. We have input type file, where we can use it to select images, PDF, file related items. So when we click on choose file, it should open our dialog box, and then we can select the file that we want to input into it. Now all these things we are adding up are called the attributes. Okay, we can select, they are called the attributes. Let's see how the input color works. Input type color, let's see how it works. You can see that you have a color right here. we can click on it to select the colors that we want. So you see the drop down here, you can choose the color that we want. All these are built in HTML. Alright, there are a few ones that are commonly used, and that is what we're going to concentrate on. So we have the input type email right here. We have input type date. I'm only talking about the common ones we use, but there are a lot of them. So input type. Alright, so just input type. Let me choose some. Password, we have radio, we have search, we have submit. Yes, we also have submit, and the value is submit. So these are how we use the input types. Now I told you that each tag has its own attributes. For instance, if you want to use the link tag, so we have a link tag right here. There are other attributes you can use. Since it's a link, we will need the reference to where it is linking to. So you have href, and then that is going to link up to where we want to get that we want to link to. So inside of this, we can add our link. So for instance, if you want to open an external website, so if I go here and let me search for, we want our website to open facebook.com, you can just go and get the href, that is the link to Facebook, bring it into our website right here, paste it here. Oh, not here, not this, not this. We can have our the anchor tag. All right, so maybe Facebook right here, and the anchor tag will have an href, which will paste the Facebook link inside of this. So when we go and refresh, you can see Facebook link here. When we click on it, it should take us to Facebook page. It should take us to Facebook. So our website can actually take us to Facebook right here. All right, when I click on it, it will load and give me back facebook.com. Cool. So each tag has its own attributes. And then image, when you want to add an image, for image we do not use href, we use what? The source, because we want to get the source of that image, where you're getting that image from, and we can pass the name of the image right inside the source. All right, so that is how we add images to our website. So these are the attributes that we can find in HTML. There are a lot of them, but these are common ones that we can use. All right, so we've come a long way, and we are now getting prepared to build our first website, HTML website, in full quantity or in fullness. All right, we are building our website in fullness. We have built the different components. We are now coming to put all of them together, and we're going to do that in our next lesson.